Sawadee ka! Welcome to Hot Thai Kitchen. It's been a while since I've shared with you a Thai dessert recipe, so we are fixing that with this video. I'm showing you a recipe that's really easy, so easy in fact we make it a lot at home. It's something called khao niao piak lam yai. So khao niao piak is sticky rice pudding, but it literally means wet sticky rice. And lam yai is longan, and longan is a fruit like the one on this label here. Yes, we're using canned today because I can't find any fresh right now, but if you have fresh, make sure you use fresh instead. All right, let's get started. So the most important thing to get right is the type of rice. So I'm using Thai sticky rice or Thai glutinous rice, as it says here. Sometimes it'll be called Thai sweet rice. So just make sure you check the label that it's from Thailand and the grains will be white and opaque. I actually have a whole video dedicated to Thai sticky rice. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. I'll put the link right up here. Now, what you want to do with this is you want to just give it a rinse a couple of times because you want to make sure you wash out any excess starch that's on there. You'll notice the water gets really cloudy. That's the excess starch that you want to get rid of. Okay, we're making rice pudding, so you don't have to be super clean with it, but just a couple of times is good. Now, I'm going to turn it on, and then my rice goes in, and then right away some water. Now, you're just gonna keep the rice cooking on a gentle simmer for about 20 minutes or until the rice has like a pudding-like consistency. You don't want it to be a complete congee mush. You still want the grains to still be individual, but it's soft and it's swollen a little bit. You want to keep stirring frequently. You don't have to be there all the time, but frequently, otherwise the rice will start to stick to the bottom. So while the rice is simmering, let's make our flavoring. So as with most Thai desserts, we're gonna flavor this with pandan leaves. So this is basically our vanilla, as we like to say it. It's an aromatic leaf. You can buy this either fresh or frozen at your Asian grocery store. Now you could just put this into the rice pot and let it infuse, but I want to get some green color out of it to make it a little more interesting. So I'm gonna blend it up. So I'm gonna just cut these into chunks, throw it in my blender, and then add some water. Super simple, just enough to get it going. There you go. And I just want a light color. I find if it's too dark, it's just a little bit like, you know, too Shrekky. And so I'll strain this out now. All right, so the rice has absorbed most of the liquid that we put in the first time. It's super thick now. It's not done yet. I purposefully put less water than it needs in the beginning so that we can add our pandan juice. Woohoo! And add some color in there. Turn the heat back on. Ooh. We just want to get that incorporated. The rice has still got a little bit of a center. I can see the core of it is still a little bit opaque. Ooh, look how pretty that is. While this is going, let's talk about the Longans for a second. So Longans, unfortunately, I can't get them all the time here in Vancouver, but the canned ones are actually pretty good. But if you have the fresh ones, all you have to do is just peel them, take the seeds out. If you have any juices that drip as a result, save all of that, add it to your rice pudding, okay? This is almost done, so I'm gonna add my Longans right now because I want the Longans to have time to sort of infuse into the rice. And you could cut the Longans in half, but I just find that leaving them whole is nicer, and then I can always cut them in half when I'm eating. Okay, let's start with that. Perfect. Now at this point, if you need to add more water, just go ahead and add more water. So that is now done. It's thick and luscious and beautiful. The rice is fully cooked. This is one of the reasons why I like to make this myself, because when you buy this, you know, like on the street in Thailand, sometimes I like to cut costs by adding a lot of water and then adding starch to thicken the water, and there's actually less rice per cup, and I don't like that. I like it to be like rice intense rice pudding. So anyway, and then I'm gonna add my sugar. And I'm using white sugar here because I want the flavor to be quite clean. I want the Longan flavor to come out cleanly, but if you want, you can do palm sugar. And then a little bit of salt always to add some personality. Personality to that sugar. I don't know what happened there. And that is it. Once the sugar dissolves, you just want to give it a taste, and the rice pudding part is done, but now we have to make the coconut sauce to go on top. So the coconut sauce is ridiculously simple. It's literally just coconut milk. A good one, by the way, we are making dessert, so this is where you want to use good quality coconut milk, and I talked about which coconut milk is the best to buy in my Coconut Milk 101 video. I'll put the link right up here. Make sure you check that out. Some salt. And you will notice that in Thai cuisine, we do a lot of salty coconut sauce that we pour over desserts that are more sweet because the salt helps balance out that sweetness, right? And now you want to make sure you bring this to a boil, even if your salt is already dissolved, because that will help extend the shelf life of this coconut milk. And once it comes to a boil, you are good. And that's it. Composing this is the funnest part. So you want to put some rice pudding in there. Make sure you get enough longan in there. And then top it with our salty coconut sauce. Oh, yeah. Now, some people like to thicken their coconut sauce so that it, sits more nicely on top. But I just find you're going to mix it in with your pudding anyway. Why bother, right? Now, this is completely optional, but I like to add just some young coconut meat on top. Now, I got these from the can. I don't have any good fresh ones available to me, but I get them from the can, and I just make sure I slice them into thin strips, and it makes for a super cute dessert topping, adds a little texture. There we go. And I like to just do a final topping with a longan, just so, people know right away what this pudding is all about. Look how cute that is! And now before you eat it, you want to make sure you mix in the coconut sauce and the rice pudding, because I find that you really need the saltiness of the coconut milk. So as beautiful as this looks, you gotta mix it up. And then you can always add more sauce if you feel like it needs more salt. What a nostalgic smell. So I want to make sure in this bite I have a bit of everything. Oh, I love that. There is a very good reason why Thai people started to put these two ingredients together. I mean, we make sticky rice pudding with various different things, but this is a classic combination. The tartness of the longan goes super well with the creaminess of the sticky rice, but it's not too tart because longan is a pretty sweet fruit, so it doesn't clash. Anything more tart than this might not work. Like, there's a reason why we don't put lychee in here, for example. The coconut meat adds a little crunch, the pandan, the aroma of the pandan, the salty coconut milk. It's just so comforting, and it's really quite filling, as you can see, so you don't really need a lot. Oh, I need to make a note of, if you store this, because this is rice pudding, as you store it, it will continue to absorb water all around it. So tomorrow you come look at it, it'll be super thick. So when you reheat it, you want to add a little bit of water to thin it out. Also, only add the coconut milk into here when you're ready to eat, because the coconut milk is very perishable. If you say, oh, I'm just gonna mix everything together since I'm gonna mix it in the end anyway, don't do that, because your rice pudding won't last as long, okay? And that is it for today. Such an easy, simple, very classically Thai dessert. The recipe, as always, will be on hotthaikitchen.com. When you make it, send me a photo on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. If you haven't subscribed to the show, make sure you do so you don't miss a delicious recipe like this. And click that little bell icon so you get a notification every time I post a new video. If you love the show and you want to support us, check us out on Patreon. The link is right below. And I will see you next time for your next delicious Thai meal.